West LA,
you guys just brought up what I was talking about, what I was thinking about. I'm not going to call Lincoln Riley skinny Clay Helton or Clay Helton with a better head of hair, but our scout team should be able to beat Maryland. Like talking about depth or the players being tired, like it just doesn't matter. This all falls on Lincoln Riley. I mean, he has lost. Somebody posted on Ryan's board about how many 14-point leads he's lost. He has lost a lead in every single game or every single loss this year. He has lost a fourth quarter lead. And I mean, 14-point lead to Maryland. I mean, it starts with the head man. And I know, look, people are like, we're going to tarmac Lincoln Riley. And like, that's not going to happen. The guy's owed however many millions of dollars, but we have to start talking about what is that buyout? This is not going to work. I mean, we all know when a coach is going to work or he's not going to work. This is year 3 and they're worse in almost every facet. I just don't see this working out. I'm gonna hop off, but fight on. I'm just so. Another thing, he just won't run the ball. After last week and after he just won't run the ball no matter how hurt Miller Moss looks. All right, I'm sorry. I got to get off. I'm ranting. Bye.
No, great call. Listen, hey Matt, call back again. That's a pissed off SC fan. That's calling for the coach's job, but he did it in like a logical and proper way. So I mean, I appreciate they call. Yeah, they aren't running the ball as much as they should. You know, late in the game, we were talking about the way they're running the ball. Something needs to get fixed at USC. There's no doubt about it.
Not running that ball on that second drive, backed up on that first down. Like, I don't understand what they were doing, but yeah, man, it's got to get fixed. It's got to get corrected. Got to do it.
Yeah. Awesome call. Thank you, Matt. Call back again. Hi, caller. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey guys, my name is Music. How y'all doing this evening?
Good. I'm sorry, I missed your name. What was your name?
Hello. It's Music.
Oh, okay. What's in your music? Yeah.
Well, this is the problem. I think the problem is Lincoln Riley. The problem is Lincoln Riley. You have all that talent at USC and you can't win. This is not a Miller Moss problem. This is not a defensive problem. This is a Lincoln Riley problem. He is very loyal to his friends. When Lincoln Riley came over from Oklahoma, he brought all his friends with him. You know, he had 2 bad losing seasons, so he had to fire one, which was Alex Grinch. So now my thing is, was it Grinch's fault or was it Riley's fault? So he's just very loyal. And like I said, he's loyal to Miller Moss as well. Because like I said, Miller Moss can ball out. Miller Moss is getting the plays to come into the game. That's what Lincoln Riley is talking to him, you know, telling him and stuff like that. So it's the play caller of Lincoln Riley. Because there's no way I'm going to give my field goal kicker an opportunity to kick the ball. It was 4th and 1, and I got Joyner as a running back that's never, ever lost a yard this season.
That's a great point.
He would have got that 1 yard, and they could have moved on. So it's really, honestly, it's a Lincoln Riley problem. It's not a USC problem. It's not a player's problem. It's a Lincoln Riley problem.
So really quickly,
and I don't want to get.
You made a great point. An amazing point about Joyner. But there's one thing. There's a flaw in that logic. He hasn't had any negative plays, but he's also had plays he's rushed for less than 1 yard. And I'm with you. I wanted him to go on that play, especially with what happened at Penn State. I wanted him not to mess around with that play and go for it and get the first down. Because you had, listen, here's what we have. We have, Preston, we have Maryland on multiple times during that game have 4th downs. And by the way, what was the last time we stopped a team on 4th? Oh, we had 1 stop. We had 1 stop on 4th down today.
Yeah, but Tim, like everybody goes for it like 10 times on us on 4th down now.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like the teams are all year have just been so desperate on 4th down. First quarter, going for it on 4th down. Like,
but I'm all about giving it to Joyner. I mean, I think as soon as you said, I'm like, yeah. I mean, I'm with you. And although I did that caveat that logically is not perfectly sound, I think he picks up that first down. I don't know if you watched the show, but I've been on a Quentin Joyner fan from day one. I think that kid has it.
Well, not even just Joyner, but you also have the other. I think his last name is
Woody Marks.
Guy named the other.
Oh, Jackson,
Marks,
the freshman, the true freshman Jackson.
The Jackson, the freshman, like 230 pounds, so he can't push to get a yard or whatnot.
But I mean, do you want?
Like I said, USC has lost.
Do you want to bring a guy in that hasn't played the entire game into the 3rd quarter on a 4th down and have him try to pick it? I get what you're saying, but that's also a recipe for disaster. Imagine he gives the ball to Jackson and he gets stuffed or he fumbles the ball, we'd all be screaming for his head saying, why are you putting a true freshman in that position? I get the Joyner thing.
But no, but what I'm saying is this though. That guy has been on the team. He hasn't got any burn. He got like maybe 1 or 2 plays over the last 7 games. Lincoln Riley has a whole bunch of talent on that team that is not getting in. You got to get reps to get in. I'm not sure what goes on in practice and stuff like that, but you got to get these guys reps. Like I said before, I think USC has the most talented wide receiver core in the country. I really do. I think, like I said, Lane is outstanding. Like I said, Robinson drops the ball sometimes, which is fine, but he'll make up for it. Lemon is outstanding.
Yeah.
And even Branch. You know, Branch is just, I think they're trying to force it too much to Branch, and that's what the problem is, because they're scared they may lose him or whatnot. But it's upsetting, man, and frustrating. Like I said before, you know, they haven't even gotten to think of their schedule yet. You got Nebraska coming up, which is a very good team. Even though they got blew out today by Indiana. You got Indiana coming up, and then you also got Notre Dame. So this season's kind of a wash, and, you know, it's just time to just think about it. You know, how can we get Lincoln Riley out of this contract? He's not the coach for this team. I've been on the hill calling for Lane Kiffin. I think Lane Kiffin will come to USC and turn that thing around. I think he's getting tired of Ole Miss and things, even though they got money and stuff like that. But you know, it's not USC, and I think you have a better time at USC now that he's gotten a little bit wiser and things like that, and trying to turn this thing around. But Lincoln Riley is not the guy. The guy went to Oklahoma, man, and was after 50 points, 45 or 50 points a game. Now he can't even do that here at USC. And then he has a pretty good defense this year.
Yeah, but he's not playing in the Big 12. He's not playing the Big 12 anymore. Another thing also, Lane Kiffin. Do you remember how we treated Lane Kiffin? The guy comes in, he knows we're on sanctions. He leads us to an amazing season. He is a good coach. And then the sanctions hit, and he's got no linemen. We talk about not having any depth at the defensive tackle or the offensive tackle position. And then I don't know all the ins and outs. There was obviously some mistakes that he made that I don't want to get into right now. But they fired him. They didn't fire him on the tarmac, but they fired him in the building at the airport and didn't let him come back to the campus. So I don't think Lane's coming back anytime. I think he remembers all of that. That's for sure. The way he was treated was wrong.
I think he does. But one thing Lane wants to do is win, and he wants to win as a head coach, and he won't be able to do it at Ole Miss.
I agree.
That's not going to happen. But I think that it's like I said, it's really, the people that there now didn't fire him. It was Hayden and all of them. That's who really fired him. But yeah. I think even with Pete Carroll being in the building and being on campus now, might kind of come in.
That's another good point.
I got one more thing to say. I'm going to let you guys go. I really do think USC has a curse. Now, hear me out on this one. When Ed Orgeron was the interim head coach for USC, you know, I think he coached 6 games and did really, really well. USC decided to go with Clay Helton, which is Lincoln Riley 2.0. I think if they had won this hired Ed Orgeron, maybe they would have had a championship for 2 years, because we're not LSU won the championship. So I think that's just me thinking, but I think a lot of that has to do with that too. But I'm just disappointed at USC this year, man. Like I'm at this point, the players, because those transfers came in, they're playing really, really good. It's just Lincoln Riley. Yeah, Tyler Lane is doing great on defense. Like I said, you can't ask him to do nothing else but do what he's doing. The defense is entire. You know,
you've made so many great points because like amazingly great points that I want to ask you this question, because I want to know you. I legitimately want to know. Do you think that it's 100% Lincoln Riley, or do you think that this season could have been successful with an offensive line that could pass protect?
Well, it's that too. But again, you know, you have a large offensive line. Like I said before, those guys aren't just little guys. You know, the son that's playing guard right now, you know, I think he's like one of the better prospects in the country right now, or better prospects going to the NFL. So, again, if it's a bad line, as the offense coordinator, as the head coach, that's supposed to be offensive guru, you should be able to kind of maneuver that.
Agreed.
You know what I mean?
Agreed.
If Middlemark has to get the ball out quicker, he has to get the ball out quicker.
Agreed.
You know, you have to be able to architect around your quarterback. like I said, Caleb Williams hit a lot of stuff. Because he could do a lot of stuff. Miller Moss is not that guy. And everybody's talking about my Albert. I think he's mobile, but I don't know what he can do. Just because he's threw for over 3,000 yards at UNLV doesn't mean he can do that at USC.
Yeah, it's not the Mountain West. This, by the way, has been, I'm going to say this, I've had a lot of great calls. I've been doing this for years on this channel. You, sir, are the best call that I think I've ever, like, do you want to take you could have my job. I got a microphone right here. Mm-hmm. You could just come in here and run this show because you threw down some of the best wisdom I've ever heard on this show. Appreciate you calling in. I have nothing. I usually have a counterpoint I want to throw at people, but literally everything you've just told me is I'm 100% on board with. So thank you so much for calling. That's a great call.
Like I said, this is my first time call. I know I'm just commenting and stuff like that, but I'm just, like I said, I'm a big USC fan. Like I said, I'm a USC fan when they came down, because I live in the South. USC came down to Auburn and played Auburn. They scored like 20-9. Mm-hmm. And that was the first time I seen a team from the West Coast just dominate Auburn. And that year, Auburn had like Caleb Williams, Ronnie Brown, Jacobs, Campbell. They had a squad.
That line.
And Pete Carroll came down here with Mike Williams and then he came out here and dominated the SEC. And that's when everything started taking off. So, like I said, I'm just going to still be a USC fan. I'm going to still look at all the games this year. But it's just disappointing, man, that Lincoln Riley, he has put us in this situation. And we paid him so much money.
Yeah.
And that's what the problem is. I know USC has a lot of donors and stuff like that that maybe want to pay that payoff, but is it really worth it? Because if you're not going to get, like I said, Lane Kiffin or a Sark or maybe even a Nick Saban, which I doubt that happens, but, who you going to get?
That's that's my whole point. That's what the only place where you and I deviate from is I'm not ready to pull the plug on Lincoln Riley for a couple reasons. One, I want to see what he could do. I did. I saw what he could do with the offensive line. I saw that offense put up a crap ton of points and was unstoppable. But then we had a defense that was completely unable to stop anybody. I thought that was going to be different this year. And the one piece that's missing here is right. Well, two. One massive one, number 13. I get that. But put that aside. Lincoln Riley could do that. He's shown he can do that with a lot of, not just Caleb, he can do it with a lot of quarterbacks. We have a defense now that I do believe in. They just need some more depth. I mean, again, we're down Covington. We're down Lucas. We're down Bear Alexander. And as much as people ripped on him, he was giving us some decent reps late in games that we're not having now. Gavin Myers been playing very well. So, I mean, but we have guys that are missing from this defense. I believe the defense. I believe in Riley. I believe in his ability to get quarterbacks. I believe because it's a quarterback game now. I believe in all that. The problem is what's going on offensive line, and it's a moot point. He needs to go. If Riley can't field for whatever reason an offensive line, then yeah, I mean, then it's time to make a move. It really is, because this is year 3, and I get it. There was no depth. It takes time to build a line. But this is year 3, not year 2. It should be better than this now. Awesome call.
Yeah, I appreciate it. But anytime I'm gonna watch this. Anytime that you bring your people in, anytime that you bring your friends in and stuff like that, it's gonna be difficult to get rid of them. Like I said, I'm quite sure he made a harder choice and get rid of Alex Grinch last year versus trying to do it this year. So the offensive line has to get better, true enough, but again, he has to architect an offense around Miller Moss. It's up to a head coach that's up for your offensive guru to architect an offense around that guy. Great call, man. I appreciate your show, man.
Thank you. Please call back. We are on Wednesday at 7:10 Eastern, and again after the game next week. So I hope you call in. Thank you. Great call.